Warren Buffett. He bought his first stock at 11 years old for $38. Here's the financial lesson that changed everything.
Let me take you back to 1942, Omaha, Nebraska. The world was at war. Soldiers were fighting far away. But in a quiet house in the middle of America, an 11-year-old boy was thinking about one thing: money. His name was Warren Buffett, and he was not like other kids. While other boys were playing outside, Warren was reading books about numbers and business. He loved math. He studied how companies worked. He was completely obsessed. By the age of 11, Warren had saved up $114.75. That was a lot of money for a child in 1942. He had been saving for years, and now he had a plan.
He walked into a stockbroker's office with his older sister, Doris. He looked at the numbers on the board, calm, focused, like a little professional, and he made his decision. He was going to buy shares in a company called Cities Service Preferred. The price was $38 per share. Warren bought 3 shares. Doris bought shares too, because she trusted her little brother. And then they waited. But the stock market is not always kind. Very quickly, the price started to fall. It dropped from $38 down to $35, then $30, and all the way down to $27 per share. Now imagine this. You are 11 years old. You saved every single penny for years, and now your money is disappearing in front of your eyes. And your sister, she's looking at you. She trusted you with her money, and she is not happy. Warren felt scared. He felt that heavy, tight feeling in his chest that we all know. He felt responsible. Every single day he checked the price. Every single day it was lower. It was painful. And then, slowly, the stock started to recover. It climbed back up. It went to $40. Warren made his decision. He sold right there at $40. He made a tiny profit, a few dollars. He got out while he could. He breathed out. He felt relieved. But then, something happened that would teach him the most important lesson of his entire life. The stock kept going, up and up and up. It didn't stop at $40. It didn't stop at $60. It didn't stop at $100. It went all the way to $202 per share. $202. And Warren had sold at $40. He sat there, watching that number grow bigger and bigger, feeling a deep and very painful regret. That sick, heavy feeling you get in your stomach when you realize what you missed. He never, ever forgot that feeling. And that was the day he made himself a promise. Never again. Never again would he let fear make his financial decisions. Before we get to the big lesson, let's learn 3 key words from this story. These words will help you understand everything that comes next. Word number 1, stock. A stock is a small piece of a company. When you buy a stock, you become a tiny owner of that company. If the company grows and makes more money, your stock becomes worth more. Think of it like this. Imagine your friend has a lemonade stand. You give them $1 to help them start. Now you own a small part of that lemonade stand. If the business grows, your $1 is now worth $2. That's basically what a stock is. Simple, right? Patience. In everyday life, patience just means waiting calmly. But in finance, patience means something more powerful. It means staying in your investment even when things look bad. It means trusting your long-term plan even when the short term feels really scary. Patience is not doing nothing. Patience is an active, conscious choice. It is one of the most powerful actions you can take with your money. Word number 3, panic selling. This is when you sell your investment because you are afraid. The price is going down, fear takes over, and you sell quickly to stop losing more money. It feels logical in the moment, but most of the time it is a big mistake. Why? Because markets go down and they also come back up. When you panic sell, you lock in your loss. You miss the recovery. Warren Buffett's first stock experience, that was almost a panic sell, and he regretted it for the rest of his life.
So, what can we learn from Warren Buffett? 3 powerful things. Lesson 1. Don't let fear make your decisions. Fear is the worst financial advisor you will ever have. When the price dropped to $27, fear told Warren to sell everything. Fear said, "Get out, save what you have left." And he listened, but only halfway. He waited for a small recovery and then sold at 40. But fear was still driving that decision. The result? He missed over $160 of profit on each share. That's enormous. Here's the thing about fear. It will always tell you to run. Your job, every single time, is to stop and ask yourself one question. Is this real danger, or is this just discomfort? Most of the time, it's just discomfort, and discomfort is not a reason to sell.
Lesson 2. Time in the market beats timing the market. A lot of people try to be clever. They try to buy at the very lowest price and sell at the very highest price. It sounds logical, it sounds smart, but it almost never works. Nobody, not even the experts, knows exactly when the market will go up or go down. But here is what we do know. If you hold a good investment for a long enough time, it almost always grows. Warren didn't need to predict when the stock would reach $200. He just needed to hold on and wait. Holding is a strategy. It doesn't look exciting, it doesn't feel active, but it is one of the most powerful things you can do. Time does the work for you.
Lesson 3. Your emotions are your biggest enemy when investing. I know that's hard to hear, but it's true. When the market goes down, your brain feels real pain. Studies actually show that financial loss feels twice as painful as financial gain feels good. So our brains are always looking for an exit, always trying to stop the pain as fast as possible. But in investing, stopping the pain too early means missing the reward. So what's the solution? Build rules, not reactions. Decide in advance what you will do. Write it down. Say to yourself, I will only sell if this specific thing happens. Then stick to that plan. Don't let one bad week change a strategy you built for years. Decisions made from a calm mind beat decisions made from a frightened heart, every time. This is exactly what The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel talks about. If you haven't read it, put it on your list right now. It might be the most important money book you ever read. The book has one central idea that is beautifully simple: getting out of your own way. What does that mean? It means the biggest danger to your financial future is not the economy. It's not a market crash. It's not bad luck. It is you. It's your reactions. It's your emotions taking the wheel when they shouldn't be driving. Morgan Housel makes this point that I think about all the time. Wealthy people are not necessarily smarter than everyone else. They don't have secret information. They don't have a magic formula. They just have one skill that others don't. They let their good decisions keep working. They don't interrupt them with fear, impatience, or doubt. And there is one idea from the book that really stayed with me. The ability to do nothing is one of the most powerful forces in investing. Doing nothing is hard. It feels wrong when things are going badly. It feels irresponsible. But most of the time, doing nothing is exactly the right move.
Now, how does this apply to you today? I want you to stop for a moment and really think about these questions. Have you ever sold something too early because you were scared? Maybe it was a stock. Maybe it was a business idea. Maybe it was a job opportunity or even a relationship. You had something with real potential, but fear told you to let it go. And later, maybe weeks later, maybe years later, you watched it grow into something great without you. Is fear or patience driving your financial decisions right now? If you have investments, think about how you feel when the price drops. Do you check the numbers every hour? Does it keep you up at night? Does your hand move toward the sell button? That anxiety, that nervousness, that is exactly the thing Warren Buffett warned us about. And here's the last question, maybe the most important one. What would change if you decided to hold on just a little longer? Not forever, just a little longer. What if you trusted your plan for one more month, one more year? What could grow if you simply got out of its way? Here is the truth. You do not need to be a genius to build wealth. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need special connections. You need one skill, one free skill that every person on this planet already has access to: patience, and the courage to trust your own decision, even when it feels deeply uncomfortable. Warren Buffett learned this lesson at 11 years old, sitting in Omaha, Nebraska, watching a number on a board go from $40 to $202. And he used that lesson to become one of the greatest investors the world has ever seen. The lesson was always there. It's always been there. And now, it's yours.
Which lesson hit you hardest? The fear, the patience, or the regret? Drop a comment below. And if this story helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next story.